Well, we're back another day working on the CCAP project. Also want to take a minute to thank some of the new subscribers to the channel. It looks like we're averaging about 30 to 35 subscribers a month, so it's been picking up. I appreciate it. I hope they enjoy following the build. Today's project, I'm going to try to make a dashboard. I went over to Wilkes Metal this morning, had them bend me this piece of steel. It's going to come down here and sit under here and bolt up under here and bolt across here. But I got to get it trimmed up. I also had them cut me some sheet metal for the front for the cowling to go across here. I had them cut the pieces for the side here, the pieces for the doors, and also a piece to go underneath the seat. And you can see here I run down, like I said, Wilkes Metal this morning and picked up another 20 feet of this 1 inch by 1 inch tubing. I'm going to use this to make the door frame. And then they cut out the panels already for the door frame. I already have them cut. So we got a lot of fabricating to do today. And hopefully my gas tank gets here, we'll stop and I'll get to work on the gas tank. But until that comes, I'm going to keep working on putting some of the sheet metal on. I don't want to put the sheet metal on the bed or the sides yet, because once I get it taken back apart, welded, we get it painted, it'd be a lot easier for me to wire the lights and the brake lines and everything, being able to remove the seats and the floor panels, you know, and that way I don't have to crawl underneath the car to do everything. I could still do everything from the top. And when we get to the point where the brake lines are all done and the lights and everything, all the wiring and everything is done, then I'll go ahead and weld the panels into the floor. Well, fits pretty good. You can see right here. I put the camera up here. What I'm going to do now is put gauges in here, you know, for the oil, water temperature, oil pressure gauge, electric, fuel gauge. This is 5 inches right here, and the tubing is 1 inch, so I got 4 inches here to put a gauge in. So that should be plenty of room to put in like a 2-inch diameter gauge. You can see here where I notched out the column. Next thing I got to do is all this 1 inch tubing is not welded underneath, and up under here has got to get welded. So what I'm going to do is take all the sheet metal back off, get the other welder over here, my new welder, where I can reach up underneath there and get all the 1 inch tubing fully welded. And then I want to do is I'm going to drill and tap this and put 4 bolts in here across the front, and then 3 bolts up in on the bottom. And then once we get this bolted, I already had this piece cut this morning to go across here, and then I'll weld the firewall this, and I can weld in this piece here. We can close up the sides. So that's what we're going to do next. Well, I got the cowling mounted. You can see here I drilled and tapped the tubing, and I drilled and tapped up underneath here where it sits under here while the firewall was off. So now that all the holes are drilled and tapped, I can go ahead and put the firewall on. We can make the front cowling, and I can make the side cowling pieces. And then you can see here the dashboard piece will be removable, so I can work on the gauges. Well, I got it all tacked. You can see here the side panel's on, the firewall's in now. The cowling, we'll call the cowling the top piece. The only thing I don't have, I drilled these for quarter 28 bolts, fine thread, and I don't have the bolts to put in here yet. So I got to there'll be 4 bolts here, and I put 3 bolts along the bottom. So that way we can remove this and work on the gauges and the electrical. But it's coming along. Next thing I'm going to do is put the gas tank in. It came in yesterday. You can see it over there on top of the rims. I got to take the seats back out, take that floor piece back out, and we'll get started on the gas tank. Well, it's been a busy day. Luckily, a friend of mine, Johnny, stopped by. He was out riding his motorcycle, said he just happened to be up in this area, and he gave me a hand. So we took the seats out. I got the floor panels back out, and you can see here, we got the gas tank about right where it needs to go. I got it centered left and right. Now the gas tank is going to get mounted to the frame itself right here, not to the body up here. So once I get it in and get it welded and weld the cross bracing in for the floor, if I ever have to take the gas tank back out, what I'll have to do is pull the body off to get it out, because the bracing that's going to go across the top here will be part of the body, not part of the frame. So I don't have enough angle iron. I'm going to make the frame out of 1 inch by 3/16 angle iron. Then we'll just use some self-tapping screws here to screw it down to the frame, and then get it welded to the car frame right here, and it'll get welded up here. Well, another morning. I think what we're going to do today, the first thing is, I got enough angle to cut the 2 pieces to go across here and across in the front. I don't have enough to go this way. So I'll start by cutting these 2 pieces here, and we'll go from there. Well, it's been a busy week, but we're getting there. Got the gas tank in, but I run out of steel. I got the, you can see here, I got the back brace in, and I got the front one now in. The gas tank centered left and right. I just got to get 2 more pieces. Monday, I'll have to go down to Wilkes Metal and get 2 more pieces of angle iron to go from there to here, and from there over to there on both side braces. The problem we had was mounting it. I only missed the drive shaft by about 6.5, a little over 6.5 inches in the back. I was worried about the rear end coming up. And also, I had to keep the tank low enough that there's 2 braces that are going to go across here, one here and one at 20 inches, another 20 inches right here, to hold the floor. So the way it's sitting right now, I'll have a 1/2 inch clearance between the bottom of these braces and the gas tank, the front and the back, and I'll have a little over 6.5 inches of clearance on the drive shaft. So that should work out. Another problem was the filler neck. You can see here's the holes for the mount for the front of the seat, for the driver's seat. Well, with the driver's seat slid all the way back, it comes back 22 inches, and this is 23 inches. So the seat's going to come back and miss this filler neck by about an inch. I was originally hoping to keep the filler neck out of the bed of the truck, and I wanted to come out over here underneath the angle, but I don't have enough room to turn it. I need a slope on the filler neck. So what I'm going to have to do is come out up here above the bed, and then inside the truck I'm going to box a little channel right up against the back of the seat. That way it's not technically in the bed, you know what I mean? It'll be under the bed. So I'll have to work on that. But anyway, the gas tank will work where it is. I'm just going to have to put the filler neck up a little higher than I originally wanted to do. Well, again, I don't have the bolts to bolt it down. I don't have the steel to brace it. And I'm also waiting Monday to get the bolts to screw in the dash. So what I'm going to do, we'll end this one here. And then next week, we'll finish off the gas tank. The battery box ought to be here tomorrow. So I'll be able to start working on that also next week. And I hope to get started on making doors frames next week for the doors. So anyway, we're getting it one piece at a time. Appreciate everybody watching. Again, don't forget, like, subscribe, questions, comments, suggestions, always welcome. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching.